If you are a bad person, if you are a criminal, a drug dealer, a drug lord, you're in government and you're corrupted, you're a police officer in some kind of law enforcement or military and you're corrupted, if you have murdered anybody, if you have stole from anybody, if you have fight with people, if you have cheated on people, all those things, all those bad things that you have done, and me, I've done a lot of bad things too. And then sometimes I catch myself thinking about those things that I've done. Because when you change, you always have those memories still, right? But it's crazy how you don't always remember everything. You only remember certain things in your memories. So, and the reason why you only remember certain things in your memories is because if you don't think of them, eventually they just disappear because you're not thinking of them, because it's not an important memory. So, whatever you have done, if anybody has done anything to you, and a lot of these problems that causes us to do these bad things, it's because of how we have been treated. So how we have been treated physically and mentally, what we have seen with our eyes and what we have heard has created us to do what we have done. And sometimes that brings in bad emotions, bad feelings, which gets us angry and brings rage. And rage, when produced from anger, bad anger from your past, creates bad things, really bad things, you know. So, if we're influenced that easily to become these people in the future, then all you have to do is forget about the things that was done to you and make you a better person to change those behaviors in others. Instead of becoming the toxic person that you might have become because of what others have said and done to you. You only have one life to live, and you only have one legacy to live for and leave. So what is the legacy you're living for, and what is the legacy that you want to leave? Now, if it's something that's bad because you feel like that's going to put an impact for you in the planet, that you are a bad John, they would say in Trinidad, or you wanted to be looked as a feared person. Being a feared person versus being a person that was loved for good actions, man, it's two different levels of feeling. The first one, which is the negative one, is heavy. You might think that it makes you stand out as that person, but at the end of the day, all the bad things that we end up doing because of the influence we've had in our lives to create the person that's doing all these bad things, that's not good. You have to understand that kind of reputation is not the ones that you want to be remembered by, because we're created to love and to have joy and to create joy and to help others and to protect this beautiful planet that gives us life and does everything to keep us alive. So if you're feeling angry or you have done something bad, okay, I understand that it has been done, and I understand that there has to be consequences, because your actions bring consequences. But after the consequences and after all the bad things are done, and you believe that you have understood or you want to move forward, then forget what have been done and push forward. And if it ever gets brought up in your face again, you cannot change that, and you cannot let it get you angry, because it's creating the you that you want to see and the world needs to see, the good person. So everybody has a past, and everybody has done bad things. So if somebody tells you that they have a ring around their head for the whole entire life and they have never thought or done something bad, very bad, probably stuff that you have done too, they have thought it, it's just as bad, because those thoughts could become actions. So Everybody on this planet has done bad and has sinned, and nobody is better than the other. Yes, some people do really bad things, but it's because of what people have done to them and influence with them. So the person to blame is everybody in the world and all the influence that's out there that's bad, that we're creating this negativity and we're creating this anger and this bad world that we're living in. And everybody just tries to point at the bad people as bad, but what caused them to be bad? Could it have been that we, went into a country military-wise and killed one of their parents, and then they grow up and they want to take revenge? Or are we forcing people to do things that they don't want to do? And then they raise up and become all these bad things and do all these bad things. Have we bullied somebody when they were in high school or when they were in kindergarten, and then they get the mind frame that, hey, I'm never going to be bullied again, so when I get big, I'm going to be a gangster, or I'm going to just take out people, or I'm going to show these people who did this to me who is boss. And then we point and look at them like they're bad people. We are the cause of all the bad things in the world. Instead of coming up with solutions to fix it and to help people, we create more problems and we point fingers. So at the end of the day, we are the problem that create the problem. And we don't see it because all we see is greed and money and power and control and more wants and destroying more world. That's where we are right now. So if you don't change your mind frame to become a better person, the world will never change, both rich and bad. And it's all created by us doing it to each other. So we have to take responsibility for our actions, own it, know what we need to do to change in the future, which is to forget what has happened, to push forward, and stop thinking about yourself and think about everything that's alive on the planet. It's that simple. And then the world will change, and then the economy will get better, and then the temperatures will be getting better, and then the natural disasters will start going away because we're going to start protecting everything and each other. That is what we need to get to now, because we only have so much time left before we cannot change what we have been creating all this time. The deadline is very soon. Love always, John Dallsingh.